What's up, Mopar fans? Alright, we got a special video today, and today's video we're going to talk about some common problems that a lot of people are running into with the newer Hemis, and exactly what that common problem is and what you need to do to take care of it if it happens to you. So, as a lot of you guys know, and probably know, this is a camshaft, okay? This is the factory cam that came out of Frostbite, my 2011 Ram RT truck, and I had the famous, try to zoom in here, failure. If you see this cam lobe right here, grooved out pretty bad. I had a lifter fail and it wiped out this lobe. I ended up developing that tick, and literally it sounded pretty much like this. Just a constant tick. I did not get any misfire codes. The truck ran great. I didn't have any running or drivability problems. No check engine lights, nothing. I just had a tick. And it just popped up one day. So after we tore the truck apart, that's what we found out. We found out that cam lobe was bad. And it was due to this guy. So the Hemi engines, okay, especially the ones with MDS, this is one of the lifters. This is the lifter that went bad. Right here is the lobe that got wiped out, okay? You can see how sharp and grooved in that is. I mean, it is horrendous looking. Just look at how sharp that is. So, it wiped out that lobe, and then here's the lifter that went bad. You can see how pitted that thing is. And if you see the top, you can see how it beat down the top of the roller and the guides on the side. So this thing was literally just freaking hammering that lobe because the roller bearing locked up. This will not roll. I'm trying to roll it and it is stuck. That bearing seized up, so the roller wouldn't roll. So what happened is every time this lobe came around to push down this lifter, it just beat into it and slid across the top because it couldn't roll anymore. So that is the bad lifter that caused the problem. This is a good lifter. All of the other ones was actually pretty good. And as you can see, this one rolls. You see that rolling right there. No problems whatsoever with that roller. But that's what it's supposed to look like right there, compared to the bad one right there. I mean, you can see how much roller it has eaten off compared to the good one right here and the bad one right there. Look at how much material it ground away. So that is some of the common issues with the Hemi engines, especially if they got MDS. So yeah, I still love the Hemi. I still love my Mopars. And at the end of the day, guys, no matter what the brand, car, engine, make, model, whatever, everything has a problem or a common issue. There's nothing out there that works perfect. It might work perfect for a while, but it's gonna break, something's gonna break. Everything has an issue, okay? Now, what I will say is I think it's really sorry that Chrysler is not taking care of the, all the people that had these problems, Now, don't get me wrong, if the car was under warranty, they did take care of the guys that had this problem, or they should have. But from what I understand, if it was under warranty, they were covering these without a question. But I think it's really sorry that even the guys that would say, 5 miles, 10 miles, a year later, or even 5 years later, they should have covered these repairs, is what I think. And the reason I say that is because it is a known issue. It is not something that has just happened to a few of these engines. I mean, if you have a 5.7 liter Hemi with MDS, or I've even heard of 6.1s and 6.4s having the issues, but definitely a lot of trucks had the issues with MDS, and it's a common issue. I mean, I ran into it. As you can see, my truck had about 138,000 miles on it, I think, when it finally started to have that problem. I've seen people have that problem around 60,000 miles. Some of them went around 80 to 100,000 miles. And I mean, it's just a known issue. And I really think that, Chrysler should have stepped up and took care of this as what you would call a, not so much a recall, but like a bulletin. If you had this problem, they should have taken care of this, because it's a known issue. They should have, I ended up putting in the Hellcat lifters in my truck, and I deleted the MDS. But yeah, I feel like they should have stepped up and, sent these people, at least sent these people the parts, because the parts, they're kind of expensive. A set of lifters are going to run you $500, maybe a little bit more. A factory camshaft's going to run you a few $100, maybe a little bit more. And then the labor's a tremendous amount. I still love my Mopars, and that's not going to change. But for anybody running into that issue, if you have that tick, I mean, I can guarantee it's going to be two things. You're either going to have the exhaust bolt broken, or you're going to have a seized up roller, lifter roller. It's going to be one of those two. So just definitely pay attention to what your car is sounding like, and if you're hearing any ticks, you need to investigate it pretty quick. I caught mine, very quick. It started ticking one day, and then that was the result. Was that lobe right there got ate away that quick. I shut the truck down. I didn't drive it until I took it apart and repaired it. Like I said, I didn't get a check engine light. The truck ran fine. It didn't misfire. It didn't run bad. It didn't do anything. But I did hear the tick. And, all of this metal that's getting ground down is going into your engine oil, and it's getting pumped through the engine. So if you keep driving that car, that truck, that engine with that tick, and you're having a locked up roller lifter, that metal's going to go through there, and it's going to trash the whole entire engine. And that's why you see there's so many engines for sale that's remanufactured, or you'll see so many 5.7 blocks or complete motors for dirt cheap, $500, $1,000, and they'll all say, most of the ads will say, low mileage Hemi engine, had a misfire code, possibly, bad cam and lifter. You can pick those engines up all day for cheap, because if you pay somebody to put in a camshaft and a set of lifters, after you pay for parts and labor, you are pretty much right to the cost of a remanufactured engine that has some sort of a warranty on it. So there's a lot of people that's just putting in complete engines, because they either don't know how to put in a camshaft, or they don't have the time to do it, because it is very time consuming. But yeah, if you catch it in time, like I did, you can put in a camshaft. I went aftermarket. I did a J Green cam, and I did the Hellcat lifters. But yeah, if you catch it in time, you can throw in a new cam, some lifters, gaskets, fluids, and your engine's okay. I put in all the new parts. I started my truck. I ran it for 30 minutes in the driveway. I shut it off. I drained the brand new oil I just put in it out immediately, and it did have some particles in it. So put new oil in it. Then I drove my truck for a week back and forth to work, and then I changed it again, and I still had a little bit of particles in it. After that oil change, I drove it for about a month, and then I changed the oil again, and I had no particles. So I was happy, and I've been doing regular oil changes now. But like I said, you have to catch it in time, and you can save your engine and use your block still and just put in some parts. If you keep going, you're going to end up buying a new engine, and that's just simply said. But like I said, guys, I love the Hemi. I don't think it's a pile of junk by no means. It's just one of the downsides to it. But once it's upgraded, it seems to be pretty good, man. I haven't heard anybody saying that the Hellcat lifters are failing yet. So they're supposed to oil a little bit better. So we'll see. I've been driving the crap out of my truck with them, and I haven't had any issues yet. And I haven't heard of anybody saying that they've had some problems. So we're gonna hope that that takes care of the issue, and I feel pretty confident in it. But hope that video helps you guys out, what to listen for, what to watch out for. And as always, guys, stay safe. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.